Welcome to the Hidden Driveway Show. I'm your host, Amu, and then join me today. We have a very special guest, Dani Kiyoko. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up?
Anything like about yourself?
Make music, do clothes, I do art, all that. Yeah.
That's very true. And we're gonna talk about some of that today in this interview, because that's like kind of what it's for when you really think about it.
Yeah.
But to get us started, is there anything that you would like to talk about? Is there anything on your mind right now?
What I'm gonna eat later. That's what's on my mind right now. I did not eat yesterday, so
Ooh. Okay, what are you thinking right now?
thinking Popeyes might be the move.
Mm-hmm. Do you have like a specific order that you get from there?
I do. I always get the shrimp. People don't know that Popeyes has shrimp. I don't know why they don't know that, but they have shrimp, and that's my go-to.
Yeah, I think I've eaten at Popeyes like once, so maybe if I go again, I'll get that.
Once is crazy.
I don't know, I'm from Houston, so they don't really have like that many over here. Like, by my house, we have like Chick-fil-A and like Whataburger, so those are usually the two I get.
I feel you.
So to move on to the first proper question, though, so you started making music at an extremely young age compared to most, and it's gone on to like develop your own style over the years. Just this Vamp Plug, the Street Runner sound, which is kind of like an old like Snap / like 2000s revival, and then party music, which is what you're doing now. So how did you initially get into making music, and then who are some of your biggest influences for it? Because we have such a wide array of sounds that you've done.
Really, it was like pro era, like that whole like rap group. Like really, yeah, it was them. It was like probably 2011, and then I found them, and it was like I messed with that, and then I started listening to all their stuff, and then I started making like beats on a freaking iPad that my mom got me, and then I just went from there. And for inspirations, I would say them, freaking Future, Thug, of course, Wayne, of course, myself, yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Would you say there's like, well, I'm sure part of it was just like getting tired of like the sound, because obviously you don't want to make this kind of music forever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, when do you decide it's like time to move on to like a new like sound?
As soon as I see too many people being able to do what I'm doing, then I'm like, I don't like that. So I just got to go to the next thing.
Mm-hmm. And it helps that you produce your own stuff most of the time too, so that's really like your sound.
Yeah, it was an issue though at first because like I didn't like hopping on my own beats at first until like probably like last year, and then I just started doing it from there on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, one question I did have is like, where did your adlib idea come from? Where you do the like, like I can't even like imitate it.
I listened to a lot of metal music, so that was like one inspiration. And Rob Banks, he does it sometimes too. So I got it from both of that.
Yeah, no, because like I knew who you were for a while, but I think the first time I heard you was on like Double Cross by May, and like that you come up with that immediately. I was like, whoa, who is this? So
Yeah,
big fan of the ad-libs.
appreciate it.
On top of your own music though, you're also involved in multiple groups like Silly Team and So Evil Boys, as well as your own called Sutetchi, which doubles as both a collective and a brand. So what was your motivation for starting it initially, and then how do you say it's impacted your work?
At first, it started off I wanted it to be like just a collective, like based around people in my city. But then I realized there's not that many people in my city that are like quote unquote good. Like I don't want to say that, but like I don't know. It's just like there's not many people here I would listen to, or that's like into the underground like that, except for like probably 2 or 3 other people. So then I was like, I'm gonna just get everyone that I like really, really mess with and I really listen to a lot, put them all in one group, and then go from there.
And like I know it's like not just like musicians too, right? It's like graphic designers and stuff also.
Yeah, we got some graphic designers, we got producers, we have a manager, yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you'd ever do like a Sutetchi like project or something, like kind of like Nova Gangs tapes or something like that?
We are working on right now, actually.
Ooh, okay.
So that might be probably out like January or February.
That's really exciting because I know a while ago you were talking about how you like wanted the underground to like come together more to do projects like that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'd be like, cause like everybody got like beef, and I'm just we're too grown for that. To be honest, so, like just end it and make something fire out of it. So that'd be like, yeah.
Plus, like music's supposed to be fun. I don't know why you'd make it like not fun for yourself by involving yourself in all of that when it doesn't even matter.
Exactly, exactly. They'll never learn, but you could try.
Mm-hmm. And then would you say like having the group has like impacted your work at all since starting it?
Yeah, I see myself being more like motivated because I feel like when I like put a bunch of people together and it's like under my control, I feel like I have to, how do I say it, like not put people on my back, but like I have to be a motivation for them too in order to like have everybody working.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like my motivation and I'm like their motivation.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting though because you started Sutetchi like last year, right?
Yep.
Because I feel like at least for most people I know, having collectives was like a when they were starting out kind of thing, and it helped them like just having people that were at a similar skill level helped them improve a lot. But you've already been doing it for so long, and only now you're deciding to make your own. So I thought that was interesting.
I had a collective before, like a lot of people like there's a lot of people in it, like a lot. And kind of fell apart. And then I was like, I don't want to have to happen again. So this time I'm gonna like really lock in and make it good. Plus, I left the team. I got kicked out of Silver Boys. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense, yeah. Especially because now it's like your vision for it and your sound that you get to push with it, and you aren't going to be compared
Yeah,
to like other people because it's all your people.
yeah,
And then I know on the Instagram it says like clothing brand as well. Like, have you done clothes for Sutetchi yet?
yeah. We had like probably 3 drops already, and they all sold out. So doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm. And do you have like an end goal for what you want to do with like Sutetchi as a whole?
As a whole, like if I see it in the next 5 years, where would it be? It'd be like probably definitely. I want to start it as like I want to turn into like an actual like real like label for real, and then sign all my friends and then just put them on, and
Mm-hmm.
also have like a clothing brand, have stores around.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to do with Hidden Driveway also because I've been making sure that like all my friends like have their interviews out already just so they have some sort of like thing to show like who they are. Because like this is the 40th one that I've done, so only now I'm trying to get to like people a little bit outside of that.
Yeah,
But even then, you're still like connected to like May and like Noah and like a bunch of other people.
heck yeah! Shout out to them.
Moving on. So, well, your work has a very modern, like cutting edge feel to it. Nostalgia is clearly a big part of your work as well, as a lot of your imagery is, as of late has been very like early 2010s inspired, and then the Street Runner stuff is like 2000s. Plus, you also have your alias 2009. So, what draws you to that time period so much? And if you could relive any year of your life, what would you pick?
Ooh, 2017 would be a year I would relive. I love the year. It was a great year. A lot of good music sometimes. 2018 too. 2018 was also good. But what draws me to those specific times is like the feeling, like I don't know. It's just a feeling of it. Like the feeling of it was good. I didn't have that many worries in life. Life was great. And the music was amazing. I felt like that was the best time. The music from like 20 actually no, like 2009 to like 2018, early 2020. Good times. Times for music.
So, would you say that now isn't a good time for music? Because that'll be your.
I wouldn't say it's not a good time. It's just like we're in a state right now of music where a lot of people like bad music. Like they just do. Like I don't know. Like some of the stuff I hear that's like blows up. I'm just like, how? And then, like I realize some people just like certain things to be different or just because it's popular or something. And I'm just like, some people need to have a mind of their own and listen to stuff on their own and come up with their own, idea of it. But I feel like there's a lot of bad stuff or joke music going around that's like overshadowing a lot of good music that I hear that doesn't get enough recognition for real.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I'm sure you've seen those like Instagram reels and stuff where it's just like quote unquote like cringe music, and those always like get a bunch of attention, and like actual songs don't
Yeah.
get a lot.
Yeah, I feel like music has turned into like a whole marketing strategy now where you just have to be a joke to be successful. It's almost like freaking stand up comedy at this point. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And plus, how much like image is a requirement now too. Like you can't really let the music speak for itself anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It was like people like I've been listening to it honestly because like on Instagram when I used to post snippets, it would not get that much attention. But if I post a fit pic or something, I'm getting like 1,000 likes. I'm like, oh my god. So like I see people like to have a face with things. Like they don't like to just hear something and be like, oh, that's cool. Like they want to have a face with it. They want to have a personality with it. They want to have an image with it. And like, you got to offer all of that times 10 and actually be different and original. You can't just really be some average guy anymore for real.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's like then when you do like a character almost, I feel like.
Yeah, that's how it feels. Like you got to be a character. But I'm trying to be different than that. I don't want to do that. I just want to be myself.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm sure there's been more examples like besides this. The last thing I can think of where like an artist like blew up just off the quality of the music alone was like Paranol, if you're familiar with them.
Yeah,
Cause,
man.
Cause like that album was just so good that like everyone was talking about it, and they were like a complete nobody before that.
Yeah. I feel like what's a good example? Ian is a good example for me because I've known Ian since before he blew up. Like he was in the underground producing and making songs and all that, like the ambient scene and all that. And then when he blew up, people were like, "Oh, he's trying to be like this or that," and I'm just like, I don't see that because it's like he's just a normal dude. And then when he really started blowing up even more, I saw him like start taking that I'm a normal guy image and then turning into a character. And now that's his whole thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like everybody has to do that now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. All the like industry plant claims always bother me with Ian just because like he's been there. I feel like normally they just kind of pop up, but like he's been doing stuff you just weren't aware.
Yeah. That's like most people. I feel like most people like have been around. People just don't know. And it's just like once they do blow up, everybody has to like really just make their own freaking idea of them. It's crazy. It's almost like parasocial to a
Mm-hmm.
point.
I don't know, 'cause, like you see in these videos where like at least when he blew up, it was talking about how he had like the I think it was the same manager as like Floor Batch or something, and it's like it makes sense why he has a manager because he got attention from that, so that's why he has one now. But people thought he always had it for some reason. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. So you're a great producer, but of course your vocals are a big part of why I enjoy your music as well. Especially your like gutter, almost like zombie like adlibs I talked about earlier, which take me back to it's my first time playing Minecraft when I was scrambling to survive the first night. So I wanted to know what are things that you were scared of as a kid?
Things I was scared of as a kid. I used to be scared of the dark, like really bad. Like, oh my god, there's a time I got on night to go use the bathroom and I was at my grandparents' house and they have this hallway that's like kind of like long. It's not really long, but when it's dark at night, it just looks mad
Mm-hmm.
freaking long for some reason. So I like ran out of my room and it was completely dark. I couldn't see anything. I ran into the wall, freaking broke every toe on my left foot.
Wait,
Like, I literally broke every toe on my left foot. Like I barely root them to this day. But like, hey, I was scared. Like I don't know, I was terrified of the dark at the time. But I got over it.
were you a nightlight user?
I didn't have one. I did not have one. Did not have one. The one that I did have, it broke. So then I was just like, dang, this is crazy. So I would like sleep with the TV on.
Mm-hmm.
And then another fear of heights. I have a bad fear of heights. I still do. I have a bad fear of heights. But for some reason, if I get like on a plane, like I'm chilling. I don't know why.
I think that's because
The
you're in
plane
the
ride
plane
is
though. Like
comfortable.
if like the plane had no walls, you'd probably be freaking out.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's always that like fear of looking over. And I'm just like, nah. Like if I go to the mall, I'm not going down an escalator. I'm taking the elevator down. I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's my only fears for real.
I know for me, a really big one was, have you seen Toy Story 3?
Yeah.
You know, like the security monkey in that movie?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I hate that guy.
Yeah, I get it. I had a actually another fear is like, you ever seen the Babadook?
I've
It's like a
heard
horror movie.
I've heard of it.
It's like this freaking tall figure. And he's like completely dark. Like he's just like a dark tall figure. Like it's this one scene in the movie where he's like standing in the doorway. It took me forever to actually sit down and watch this movie because I was scared of that one scene. And then I watched it like probably a couple months ago with my friends, and that movie was like the funniest movie I ever watched in my life. That's all I did was laugh. It was not scary at all. But yeah, that was a fear. I got over it, and I'm cool now.
Mm-hmm. One thing that what you were saying earlier that reminded me of something was with the nightlight stuff. So I have a friend I met at college, and I didn't like this was during the first week of school last year, so I'd like just met him. And I learned that he cannot handle horror movies like at all. Cause we were watching Hereditary at my friend's dorm. And first of all, he was
Mhm.
watching it like this the whole time. So that was already like not a good sign. But we finished watching it at like 3 a.m. and we were like, okay, it's time to go home now because like he lives in a different dorm. And he wouldn't go. So we were like, okay, what if we walked you to your dorm? And he still wouldn't go. So we were like, okay, what if you stay in my room for the night so you don't have to go anywhere? So he was willing to do that, but we had a compromise where I leave one of the big lights on while he sleeps.
That's
So
crazy.
some
I
people
watched
just never get
Hereditary
over it.
last year, and that movie was not scary to me. Like, there's a lot of scary movies to me that's just not scary. Like, I don't know. I don't get scared of scary movies for real, unless it's like Japanese horror movies are actually scary. Heck, I can't. Those are scary as heck. Like, those are the only ones.
Well, because I think from what I know, like, aren't they like more like tension based, right?
Yeah, it's like, how to explain it? It's like those movies that make you think more than like jump scaring you, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like the scary part about it.
Or like The Shining.
Yeah, Johnny was good. I like the Shining.
You know, I like with psychological horror movies where it just kind of like builds the whole time and there's no like proper like quote unquote like threat until the end. So you're just kind of on edge the whole
Yeah,
time.
I love that. Like that. This is perfect like that.
I think with Hereditary, the only part that got me was like it was at the very end of the movie when the mom, I think it was the mom, she like lunges at someone, and it was just so like sudden. Plus, I was so tired that it would like made me go like I was fine. Besides that,
Yeah, I feel it. People always tell me like the very end scares them, like the part where he's in the freaking cabin or something like that.
oh, with the music
Um,
playing,
yeah, it was not scary, you
that
know.
was just
It
like
was just like,
confusing because
yeah,
that's when there aren't they, I forgot they all have like animal heads on. Was that what it was? Or they're like naked or something like that.
it was something like that. Something like that. Yeah. It was crazy though.
It's like that. There's a similar thing in The Shining where like I think it's like during the climax and the kid like opens a door and there's just some like random dude with like a goat head that's like doing something to this other dude, and it's just never
Right.
explained. I know that scares a lot of people.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
I think another one was also like 3D movies for me. Scared me when I was a kid.
What's that one movie? I think it's called Nine or something like that. It's a 3D movie, and I don't know why, but people like the animation scares them. I'm like, I don't see it, but like, I get it though. There's some like animation that's like mad uncanny looking that just gives like a weird vibe. So I kind of get it.
Yeah, no, it was for the live action Alice in Wonderland, but it was like a weird like CGI like Cheshire cat and then like a
Oh
trailer.
yeah,
And the head was like coming towards where I was sitting and it looked super creepy. I was like kicking my feet to get it away.
yeah. There's this one live action movie. I think it was called Cats. It was like a musical or
Mm-hmm.
something. That movie looks terrifying. It's like I've never seen it, but it looks terrifying.
Oh, don't they have like a James Corden cat or something like that?
Yeah, they're like humanoid cats. It just looks freaking weird. Like,
I forgot. I think that's a Disney like production. They need to stop doing live action animal stuff. Like the live action Lion King looks so weird because like they look like lions, but then they talk like this.
yeah, it was that movie was like it was not as good as I thought it was going to be. Like it's kind of a like, cause I love Lion King, but that was like a whatever kind of movie. Like I watched it once and never again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the only good live action they've done was like the Jungle Book one. If you've
Yeah,
seen
Jungle
that.
was actually good. I messed with that movie heavy.
Oh, actually, I think King Louis from that movie, from like the live action version, scared me because he's like massive in that version.
Yeah, he was freaking huge.
Back to your music though. So you've been releasing a lot of great music this year, but your most recent release, as of when we're recording this, is the Kids Want Sutetchi, a super fun project that builds on the party music sound that you've been doing as of late. So how did that album come together?
Really just freaking randomly. Like I've been trying to build that specific sound since like the last two tapes that I dropped. But I found like a couple producers that I like really mess with. And then I was like, we should all just lock in and just make an album. Let's do it. So we did that and I went through like three versions of it to be honest. Like I had like so many other songs that were gonna be on it, then I took off and then I did the same thing again. Then I did it one last time, and then that was the final one. I was like, the perfect one. So yeah, it just came about like that. And I was listening to a lot of Pierre Bourne, like an older Pierre Bourne, and Dialect by Cardi.
Mm-hmm.
I was in some Love's Rage 2 by Uzi. And those are like the main inspirations for it. And I just put them all together. It's like, I like this a lot. So, yeah.
I know when I saw that you had Lucy Bedroque on a song, for some reason I thought y'all had already worked together, but I guess not. But like for some reason I just always assumed that you had before that.
Nah, I remember like I'm not gonna cap. I didn't know who they were when they viewed me on Discord one day. Like I just didn't know that was them because their name was totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like probably 10 months ago, and I never responded. It's like I just did not know who that was. And then when I went to send them the open for their album, I was like, "Oh, that was Tim. That's crazy. This could have been happened." But yeah, we're in like the same collective, Lumina. So I was like, I want to get somebody from there on this album or whatever. And I was like, it's not the perfect fit. So made that happen.
Yeah, one thing I like about the album a lot is it like because it is kind of like rage influence, and I feel like that's kind of where that sound should be going. I feel like because I know
Yeah,
when like Trip at Night came out, I liked the sort of like future bassy like rage stuff where it was very like fun, and I feel like that's been
yeah,
kind of lost over time. I think you kind of like achieved that with your album.
yeah. I was like, I want to, because the thing about me is when I make music that I want to hear. Like, if nobody else gonna do it, I'm just like, let me just do it myself, so I have to listen to. So I've always wanted to hear like that rage kind of sound mixed with like Pierre Bourne type melodies, and that was kind of the idea for it, putting those two together.
Hmm. And do you have any ideas for what you're gonna do next year? I saw you said you're recording for your next album already in like a tweet recently. So,
Yeah, I finished it, and then I was like, I did finish it. I finished it in like freaking a week, and
dude.
then I was like, I kind of want to do something totally different again. So I took like how many songs are there? There's 20 songs. I just down to three now. So I'm trying to go for like major Love Is Rage 2 vibes. Like I love that album a lot, and I always wanted to make an album that's on that level. I don't know if it's gonna be possible, but I'm gonna try. So that's what the goal is for that.
Hmm. So, would you say you have a pretty quick like turnaround time for like projects when you work on them? Then.
Oh yeah, I got like freaking I got like 10 It's just done. And I don't know if they're ever gonna drop, to be honest. Like I got a jazz album. I'm working on another one with my band because I got a band. I got a lot. It's a lot. I don't know if I'm ever gonna drop all that stuff. Cause I just like I'm more focused on what I'm making right now because I'm having more fun with it, and it
Mm-hmm.
sounds really different. So yeah,
All right, that's probably the best way to do it. So
yeah. It's like I'm one of people like I make songs like really fast. It takes me probably like 10 to 20 minutes to make a song, and then I'm just on to the next one right after. So it's like I'm doing that and then doing a bunch of different type of sounds at the same time. And it's like I never know what I really want to drop because it's so much. At this point, I might just make a freaking alt account, like and just drop everything there because I don't know what to do at all.
yeah, or you could do like a Bandcamp or something and just like dump it there.
Yeah, it might be the move to be honest.
I have a lot of friends where they'll make like a comp album where it's just their entire hard drive of stuff they'll never drop. So it'll be like 300
Yeah,
songs just to have it like out somewhere.
I had a hard drive with 3,000 songs on it, and I dropped it one day and it broke. So those are all gone. Like I don't have them anymore. I could probably get it fixed, but yeah, they're all gone.
3,000 songs. I don't even know how. I guess you have been making music for a long time, but that's still like.
That's all from like end of last year, like probably October to early this year, of like March.
So that was like less than a year of music with 3,000 songs.
Yeah,
Dude, I get like a song a week if I'm lucky. I don't know how you do that.
I be trying to make like 5 songs a day, at least 5. And if not that, then I might get away with like 2 a day.
Hmm.
Mm.
Do you struggle with burnout at all, or do you just keep going?
No, not really. Like I get like tired, like physically tired. But like when it comes down to having ideas and stuff like that, like nah, I don't really run out of ideas.
I guess it is good that you're able to work like that though, because like I'm sure a lot of your albums are like kind of like the best of like whatever that like sound you're going for is like with each project, right?
Yeah, it's like for me, I think everything like if the song isn't good to me, I'm just deleting it. Like, I'm not even about to waste my time with
Mm-hmm.
that. I might come back to it later and do something to it. I don't know. But like if it's not, I don't think it's the best, and I'm just not exporting the song. So like what I do is if I think that's like a 10 out of 10 song, I export it, upload it to my SoundCloud, and then I start making like a playlist, and then be like these songs sound good together. That's the tape right there, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, wait, okay. Do you have a way that you title your project files, or is it just like random stuff every time?
Yeah, I do have a specific way. I'd be like, name of the song, prod whoever prod it, and then if it's a final version, I put final. If it's not a final, then just name the song who prod it. I
Okay.
also put the BPM in the key. Sometimes I like after I record a song, like that's what I did for this last album. People send me beats, and then like what I noticed a lot of that like specific like reggae sound. A lot of people don't have the melody of the beat like at a volume that I like. So what I do is I just go back and I add on to the melody myself. Like I just add a whole new melody over it. And that's what I was doing for every single song. So I had like went through each song probably had went through like 5 different freaking files.
That's really good though that you have that organized. I know a lot of other people that have that level of output. They'll title it like whatever, and then not even be able to like find what it is when they go back for it. Like I know I had one friend that was trying to find a beat from like 3 years ago, and he ended up finding it. And it was called Piano, and there was no piano on that song.
Yeah, I get it. Like when it comes down to playlists on SoundCloud, like that's where I like save everything. And what I do is I just put them in like different categories, like what it is. So like even if it is like a random file name, I'll still have it like specific categories so I can find it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I should start doing that because usually what I do is like when I get the initial idea for the beat, I'll title it whatever it sounds like, but it doesn't always stay that way. And if the song gets an actual name later, it still has the old title, and then I get confused like eventually.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
One of my favorite tracks off the album though is Hatsune Miku Kiss Me. And as I'm sure you know, Hatsune Miku was a big part of the late 2000s, it's like early 2010s on the internet, which you clearly have
Mhm.
nostalgia for, as we talked about previously. So, what are some of your earliest online memories?
I'm not cap. I've been in the underground since like since 2012 for real. Like I remember the day Cardi uploaded the Steve's music video on YouTube. Like he's been rapping since like 2012 too. Like people
Mm-hmm.
don't even know that. Like I used to like burn CDs and sell them, and the people I would sell them to were like into the underground, and that's how I found it. It was like in real life actually, and just talking to them because they were like older than me at first. I was like mad young, so they were able to go around and like go to shows and all that while I couldn't. And then they put me on all that, and then I got online and I started seeing all that. And like, this is different. It's cool. I mess with this, and then yeah, I went from there. Like probably 2015 is when I like really got deeper into it though. And got on SoundCloud. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And any like websites you might have used maybe when you were younger?
Oh, yeah, I was on that pill, the live mixtapes. Shout out live mixtapes. I still use live mixtapes to this day. LimeWire, I was on LimeWire. Of course, Reddit, I was on Reddit. MySpace, I had a MySpace account. There's a lot that I can't even barely remember, but there's a whole lot of stuff I was on.
Mm-hmm. I know I was on the Nickelodeon website a lot. I don't know if you were
Good website.
like all the like Flash games and stuff.
Yeah, very good website. Cartoon Network website, very good, very good. I love that. I love all the old games in there. Kind of sad that it's gone, RIP, but I had good times in there.
And then, did you ever try using like Scratch at all? Because that was a big thing for me too.
But it sounds mad
It's
familiar.
with
It
the
sounds
cat.
yeah.
Yeah, also, I meant to ask this earlier in the interview, but I guess it's good now because we're talking about Hatsune Miku. But what draws you to like Japanese culture so much? Because like Hiyoko is like a Japanese word, and then you have like Harajuku and like Shifuku, which are also like Japanese
I
words. So,
am part Japanese. Yeah. So I have cousins out there in Japan. Well, one that speaks English. The rest of them don't, and they like put me on to a lot too. So that plays a big part. I like to try and add my culture into my music because I feel like people don't do that enough. So that's like the whole reason me doing it.
mm-hmm. That's sick. Yeah, I didn't know that. Because I know your local like Louisiana stuff doesn't have like much of a influence, right? Because you said there's not like a huge scene over there.
It's not like a huge scene, but like I mean, we have culture for sure. Like it's like honestly, when it comes down to like America, this probably might be one of the, if not top five, like states with most culture. To be honest, like there's a lot of culture here. Like jazz is a huge thing here.
Mm-hmm.
French language is a huge thing here. Yeah, there's a lot of culture here. Like it's just like people don't know how to really expand on it though, to like make something like new. So it's very like watered down to a point. And there are people here are not very open minded either.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I say walk on the street to like a random person and say I make music, they're gonna ask me what instrument do I play, because that's just what people like do here. Like people here play instruments live a lot. So and it's like I can play a lot of instruments, but it's like I don't do that frequently. Like I make music, I rap, I make beats. Like and I tell them that, and then it's like, oh, they're like, oh, it's not a big deal, but yeah, I don't know. I need to move.
Where do you think you'd go to?
I definitely want to go to New York. Like, I feel like I have a lot of friends there and a lot of opportunities there. Cause like here, like being here, I promise you, it's if you do anything creative, it's not the place to be. Like there's nothing. Like I promise you, there is nothing. There's like one school here that like offers like some like open-minded creativeness for people, but it takes a lot to get in there too, because there's so many people trying to get in. Because being here just really like you're just very limited. It's almost like you're set here and you're either gonna fail or you're just gonna find your way out. That's really how it is. So you gotta keep a strong head and do something positive. So
Yeah. I know I saw an older interview you did where you said like either Texas or New York, I think. So Texas is out of the picture now.
after many visits to Texas, I hate Texas. Every time I go there, it's like a bad time or a near death situation. Literally, like I was there one time. I walked up the mall. I was having a great day. This is like my first time there. I'm having a great day. I went to the mall and shopping. I got some new stuff. I walked out. I sat down to go take a picture of it. I kid you not, there's a man next to me who literally just got his leg just shot.
Oh.
like multiple times. I was like, oh my god, bro. My Uber turned around. He like did not want to pick us up, so then we had to walk all the way back to the hotel. Like, horrible time. If there's any other place I would go to, though, probably LA. When I was there, it was kind of cool. I miss LA. Just chill. If not there, then I would probably go to like a place, like probably Colorado or something, like somewhere that's like kind of chill and not too crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just laid back. I mess with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Houston, so I don't blame you. Like, it's just super flat everywhere, and it's way too hot out, so you're not
I'm
missing too
very used to
much.
the hot though. I'm so used to the hot to the point where it's like 60 degrees is cold to me. Like
No,
60
me too.
degrees, I'm
Yeah,
doubling jackets. Yeah, I'm doubling jackets. Like I
like
can't.
it's
I can't
75 out today,
fucking.
and I have a sweater on. So
Yeah, it's got like I think it's like 70 here, but like a little breeze. I had to like put a jacket on. Like kind of hot. It's kind of cold. So yeah.
yeah. So in all these interviews, I have a little segment where I play rock paper scissors with the guests that I have on, and in the last interview, I beat Departed, so I'm now on a 3-person winning streak. So I was wondering if you'd like to play rock paper scissors best 2 out of 3.
I have no camera, so I don't know
No,
how
no,
we're
no,
gonna do that.
no, we can't actually, because if you have like an emoji of what move you're gonna do, and just tell me when you have it ready, we can do it that way.
I'm with that. Let's do it.
So let me know when you have like what move you want to do.
I got it. Let's go.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you're off one.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, damn. That's it.
I'm kind of goaded. Like I'm kind of goaded.
I guess so. Yeah, it's been going up and down recently. I was on a 4-person winning streak, and then I lost like 3 times, and then I won 3 times. Now I lost once. So who knows where it's gonna go from here. But yeah, I have a spreadsheet of everyone that I've gone against, like if they won or lost, and I wanted to do like a power scaling thing eventually, cause like
That'd be hard.
cause you just did like 1, 2, that's it. So I got nothing in there. Like you'd be like all the way at the top.
That is crazy.
Cause in the last one like that, I did that to Departed, and that was it. So I think my time was coming, because there was no way I was gonna keep going on a 4-person winning streak a second time.
I'm kind of the goat sometimes, you know.
You know. Moving on though, so we've been talking about party music throughout the interview so far, and you can have a whole tape from earlier this year called "Welcome to the Party." So it's a pretty big part of your aesthetic at the moment. So I wanted to know, What are some of your favorite party-related memories that you have?
Number one, I heard this party one time, and my friend, like, I don't, he got into a fight with somebody. I genuinely don't know why it happened, but he went on top of the house. Like, this is a two-story. He jumped off of the
Oh,
house,
shoot.
landed on the dude's car, and and I mean a major dent in the hood, like at the top, like major dent. And then dude was like running up to him, and he felt this. He started crying, and it was just like a moment of victory for everybody that was friends with us. Like I don't know why, so we started cheering while this dude is crying in front of us. Like it was a good time. That's like my number one favorite movie.
Mm-hmm. And would you say you like go out a lot?
As much as I used to, no, like nah, because like a lot of people here either like moved away or like my city is like very high crime rate. Like everybody here either moved away or they're in jail or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's just how it is. So yeah, I don't go out that much as I used to. It's like nobody really hang out with that much.
Yeah. What about like birthday parties? Like I'm talking like elementary school because I'm sure you went to those too, right?
I had more people come to my birthday parties than I went to theirs. I had a birthday party at the skating rink one time. Mind you, I don't know how to skate. I don't know how to skate. I can ride a skateboard. I don't know how to ride a bike though. I don't know how to ride a
Mm-hmm.
bike. I don't know how to use skates. Can't do it. Bounce. It's not my thing. Can't do that. But yeah, I had a birthday party there one time. Tried to skate, busted my freaking butt. I was like, "Yep, not doing that." And I went to the arcade area while everybody else skated.
The arcade's like a goated birthday spot though, because then you can get all the credits.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun for the most part.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a party person. Like, I can only go if I have like friends that are going that like know other people there. Cause I don't know what to do with
Yeah,
myself otherwise. I'm like straight edge, so I don't get like drunk to go to parties or anything.
yeah. I I am not like a huge party person either. Like I'm like one of the people like I might stay in the freaking corner, but not on some like I'm scared to interview. It's like very chill. I'm a very quiet person. I
Mm-hmm.
am very shy. Like I'm very naturally shy. But like if I get to know you or like another like a party setting, then I'm shy like that. But yeah, I don't know. Parties are just overrated, in my opinion.
So parties are overrated, but it's still like what you're gonna call your current like sound for your music.
Yeah, I like the reason I chose that name honestly is because of the fact that it's fun. Like it has a fun sound to it, and I feel like that is something that is missing in music right now. Everybody wants to be freaking dark or something. It's like, where's the fun? Like, let's
Mm-hmm.
have a freaking party. Like, what's going on? Where's the fun? So that's why I chose that name.
Yeah, like the most recent party I went to, I got lucky because it was like a Halloween party because that was pretty recent. So like the conversation starter was just like whatever your costume was. But like I think without that, like I would have just been silent like the whole time. I think.
Oh yeah, like it's just like at a party. It's like what do we talk about? Like, but I mean, it's because like I feel like everybody's supposed to be having a good time or dancing or something or freaking whatever you want to do. Behind closed doors, whatever you want to do it. Go crazy. So it's like I don't think people have time to really like talk or get to know people unless you like pull somebody to the side or something. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I don't know. At least the one I went to, like everyone would just kind of like yell at you like what you were, and that's how you start talking to someone.
Yeah, it'd be like that. My main question I get anytime when like anywhere is, "Are you high right now?" Because I have this very like stale look on my face all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I could be completely sober. Like, I just be chilling. But people be like, "Are you high right now?" That was a question to high school so much during school. Like, just walking to class, I get stopped and somebody be like, "Are you high right now?" I'm like, no, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm just, why did I miss this? And they were like, "Smile" or something. I'm like, okay, bro.
Yeah. Moving on. So you've worked with a pretty impressively wide range of artists over the years. Like we see Bedroque, which we talked about earlier, Xavier So Based, and BBY GOYARD, as well as smaller artists that I've had the chance to interview before, like Five Fingers Noah, Zyber, and fellow Sutetchi member May XX. So, who have some of your favorite collaborators been over the years? And who's people that you want to work with that you haven't yet?
My favorite top three. I think my top three is Skim's Blood. That's like my number one. It's Twin. Sekri also Twin. It's like my number one. A lot of people don't know because she changed her name, but she produced that entire Elysium project a while ago. So she's goated. She's a probably number one best rapper I've ever fucking heard in my life too. Um, Number three would probably be. I really don't know who the third is. I'm gonna say Axxturel. I'm gonna just put him out there. He was fun to make songs with.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's my top three for that. People that I want to work with. I want to work with Shay, but he's very fire. I'm pretty good together. I have a song that I produced for him, but I don't have the song itself, so I heard like 5 seconds of it.
Mm-hmm.
Never know if that's gonna come out or not. I want to work with Pretty Fun, but we also make something fire. Rob Banks might have just gotten that recently. Who else? Young Thug. I would love to read Young Thug one day. That has to happen. If he was still here, Lil Key would also be on there.
Mm-hmm.
RP, Goat. Yeah, a lot of YSL members. I love everyone in there. I would probably work with Cardi, maybe. I want to. Yeah, those like my main ones for real.
Mm-hmm. And if you were to work with like Young Thug, would you want him on like one of your beats that you produced?
Yeah, I want to hear him on something different, like something different if like it'd be hard. Like I've heard his songs that Pierre produced. I'm just like, that's hard. But like, imagine if it was fucking Molly, like back to it, like that'd be fine.
Mm-hmm. And like, what do you look for when it comes to people that you work with?
Really, bro. Like I be telling people this all the time. Like for me, I make a song with anybody. Like I it really doesn't matter. Sometimes I'll build a freaking feature for free if I just mess with you, like as a person. And I don't think a lot of people take the time to do that anymore. And that's why like, a lot of songs or collabs that come out, it just sounds like it's just a song. Like there's nothing like memorable about it other than the names that are on the song. Like, oh yeah, this and whoever were together. Like that Shade and Cemetery song, like it's not a memorable song.
Mm-hmm.
But it's memorable that they work together, I guess. But like I feel like people should take the time more to get to know people more, like, and also understand that artists and producers, no matter how much clout or whatever they got, are still humans. At the end of the day, we still have our interests and whatnot. And I feel like the more you talk to people, get to know them, that's the better music will come out. Even if I can make a song with somebody that probably this is their first song, but I feel like if we talked about what we like music wise or anything that we like in general, we'll be making something fire. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I look for. It's just like people with good vibes.
Yeah, plus like that's definitely the best way to go about collaborating too is when it's your friends or people that you're cool with, because
Yeah,
like paid features like feel very like they feel paid for a lot of the
yeah.
time.
Like the couple last pay features I did, like I tried to like not a whole lot because like I said, I'm a very quiet person, but like I'll chat with a person a little bit. Like they like I think yeah, the last person that bought featured me, he was talking to me on live. It was when I was on live this year, talking to me on live and asking me questions and whatnot, and he was asking good questions. So when we actually did the song, it was actually kind of fire. Like so, yeah, like it just takes more communication to make something good.
I feel that yeah, like I've been working on a project for the last almost like 2 years now, which is kind of sad because it's just been like development hell for a bit. But a lot of it has been like me and my friend have these beats that we've made, and then we ask other artists to like hop on them. And I
Mm-hmm.
like all the songs, but then recently I've been doing a collab EP with like one guy that I work with off that album, and I like what we've been doing with for that like way more because I actually like know him now, and it feels a lot more personal than that other song did.
Yeah, I feel that. What you said before that it's taking 2 years, nothing wrong with that at all. Honestly, nothing wrong with that at all. I feel like people now in this day and age feel like music has to be produced like faster. I don't think so. I feel like the best music is however long it takes you to make it, then so be it. Like Alan T's he worked on a song, a single song that's been in the works for like 4 or 3 years, and it just came out like this year. So and it was a great song. So I feel like time does not matter.
Hmm.
Take as much time as you need.
Yeah, it's just I would have wanted it to be out by now, but there's certain people that have just been taking a while on their feature, which is like how it goes. So I get it, but
Yeah, what I do with that, honestly, I give people a deadline. Like I'm not gonna count. I'll give somebody a deadline. Like if they're taking so long for my liking, I'm either on to the next person or I'm just do it myself at that point. Because I feel like you shouldn't have to really like well, not limit, but like put your whole entire projects on pause for like people taking however long it's taking. I feel like even though it's music and I feel all the friends are not, there's still like a professional side to it. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
hmm yeah, normally I'd agree with that, but in this case, it's like this is the only person I think could fit on this song and
Yeah,
like do it
yeah,
justice. I know it would be really good if it does get finished. We just kind of have to wait until it happens.
yeah. I actually, yeah, I just went to that recently. Actually, I had a song that I was getting fake mink on it, but he was taking too long, so I just got somebody else's song. But it's like when I listen back to it, it's a good song, but it's not the way I wanted it to sound specifically.
Like not true to
And,
vision.
yeah, so he ended up texting me like I think a couple of days ago. It's like I'll finish it this week or whatever. So I guess it will actually happen.
Well, I hope it does. That'd be really exciting.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that.
Something else that I think is kind of exciting is that you've been a part of the underground scene for like basically a decade at this point, and I'm sure you've seen many trends and phases come and go over the years. So, having been in it for so long, what do you love most about the scene? And then, what are your thoughts on like where things have been heading today?
My favorite parts was like early 2020 when everybody was like still cool. Like there was really no like strong beef between people at the time. That was the time you could see freaking Nova Gang. You could see all the hype top people. You could see Jules said like Axxturel and all them together in one place, and we were all cool. Like we used to have a thing where we would like all get on GTA together. Like all three of those kind of like collective group of people on GTA together. You would not see that happen today.
Mm-hmm.
Like that just did not happen today. But back then, that was like a fun time, and I feel like that's when a lot of great music was coming out because everybody was able to like bounce ideas around and different sounds around and get people who are not usually on a certain sound on a certain sound and just be cool. And I feel like that doesn't really happen anymore. And I feel like that's why this underground scene has taken. I wouldn't say it's taken a downfall, but it's taking an awkward step right now. It feels like 2010 when people were just making anything just to make it. And honestly, there's some great songs that came out of that time period, but it's like also a lot of stupid stuff that came out of that time period.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're in that situation right now, but even on a bigger level because the internet is even more of a bigger thing now with like TikTok and all that. So yeah, it's in the it's in the weird state, but I got hope for it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a hard question. Where do you see like the scene as a whole like going in like 5 years? Like, what do you think it's gonna like? What do you think the vibe and like sound would be?
I think eventually people are gonna get tired of like all this joke music and all that. And we're gonna get to a point probably of like a little bit how things were before, but just more. I don't know. I feel like because from what I hear, a lot of people making behind the scenes, it's like a lot of different stuff. Like some stuff I've freaking never heard before. Like honestly, and they're like just taking things and like reinventing them, but like in a way that you wouldn't be able to tell that it was like reinvented. So I feel like if those people get that shine that they deserve, it'd be a really positive thing for the scene as a whole.
Mm-hmm. I do think eventually, like the overall sound is gonna get more like I want to say chill because I feel like we're getting to a point where it is like so just like maximalist and like overstimulating to a point that people are gonna like take a step back after a while.
Yeah, I seen that because I'm like, there's a lot of people in the ambient scene right now. I'm just doing things, but they're not really like dropping all of it. And I feel like that's the most laid back as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very like overstimulating, but it's also very laid back. Like the feeling of it, like you can tell there's a lot that goes into it that makes it a little overstimulating. Like when you're making it, like because I'm like one of the people I make music so much and I love music so much to the point where when I hear music my brain is this thing where it like literally like splits the audio into freaking stems. I don't know why. Like I can like hear music in stems and I can just like mute sounds in my head. I don't know how that's a thing, but it happens. So like I sometimes I hear a song or something and I'm like, this sounds really cool. I'm enjoying it. And then I just hear this one sound that really throws it all off for
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm just like, don't like this anymore. But yeah, I feel like a lot of music probably will be more chill in the future. Mm.
Yeah, and I definitely think like I was saying earlier, like I think the best moments of like the underground like community is just when everyone works together. I feel like that's when the best music gets made and when everyone just like I don't know, it makes me happy to be a part of it when everyone is just like doing stuff.
Yeah, I feel like a very good example of like that being a true statement is that like for example ASAP Mob, like when they were dropping those tapes together, that's when they were making some of the best music, and then everybody just got into this like weird beef, and then everybody like kind of broke them up and separated. Now they're just dropping straight. But sometimes, like, I'm be honest, like some of what I hear is just bad. I'm just like, a couple years ago, this probably wouldn't happen because everybody was together and it was making a lot of stuff and it was fun for them. So yeah, I feel like that's a good example to show that true statement that if you come together, things will be better.
Yeah. And then normally when these interviews start to come to a close, I ask the artists who they'd like to give a shout out to, and I'm still gonna do that this time. But I feel like in a lot of write ups that get made about you, they're always like, "Oh, Dani Kiyoko repost so much music on SoundCloud," but they never ask you like any artist recommendations or anything like any small artists. So, are there any people you'd like to give a shout out to, and are there any like small artists you'd like to put the listeners on to?
Let me see. Everyone listens to Sutetchi, of course. Like everybody in here is very good, very great. Let me see. Some people that I would like to put on Execrate, very hard thing to spell, probably. I don't know. I'm dyslexic, so it's hard for me to spell sometimes. He's fire. He used to go by the name Suffers. He's mad fire. Shout out to him. Everybody in this little group, I think it's called Party. They got like Zayog, Sydney, they're all in there. All like crazy fire, like genuine music I've never heard in my life before. They're all fire. Shout out Bad Citizen, my goat. These fires that shout out everybody, honestly. Shout out everybody on Twitter too. Everybody that's on Twitter, they be doing their thing. So shout out to them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and someone wanted me to say this earlier, but I forgot. But is it true that MXX is your favorite rapper?
She's my goat, my favorite rapper.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all I like to hear. Yeah. Uh, all right. Well, shout out all those people, and shout out Dani Kiyoko. Thank you for doing this today. I had a lot of fun.
No
I think I
problem.
learned a lot. I will have all the links in the description down below. So if you haven't listened to them before, go check them out. I also have 3 of my favorite songs of theirs in a playlist that's on Spotify and SoundCloud that I have for every artist I've interviewed. So if you want like a quick little intro, there's that as well. And is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Stay cool and have fun. That's all I can say.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm Amu. This has been the Hidden Driveway Show. Goodbye.
Awesome.